Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Us Podcast. This is Chris Carmona.
My name's Angel Salinas.
And we're going to be talking today about The Tax Collector, directed by David Ayer.
Yeah, your favorite Latino director.
We're going to be talking about the movie's contents. There will be spoilers, so spoiler alert.
Yeah, we're roasting George Lopez. We're roasting Shia LaBeouf.
Bobby Soto, I'm sorry.
And honestly, the entire Mexican-American community at some point.
Stay tuned.
Días, Marquez.
Hey, Chris.
What's up?
You heard of me?
They say you're the devil.
You heard wrong.
I'm just a big pussy.
You heard of me?
The end. That's the review.
That's our review.
Of The Tax Collector 2020.
You heard of me?
Boom.
Hello, once again, adoring Uslers.
What are we doing? Why are we doing another episode so soon?
I said it in the last one. I said something's gonna happen to bring us back, and
Goddamn.
we really wanted to stay away. Let me tell you, we have no interest in doing this, but we just could not keep our mouths shut. Chris, elaborate. Why are we here?
Well, first of all, welcome back. This is the Us Podcast, and we've done this before, in a sense, with a different movie, and we've stated in our follow-up to that review, if we come across movies that we feel are trying to be reflective or are claiming to be a representation of us, and us meaning brown people, especially more specifically brown people in LA. We've always said if we see movies or things like that, that if we felt there was something worthy of talking about, we talk about it, and that's what we're doing right now.
God damn it! It happened again.
God damn it!
Consider this the spiritual successor to El Chicano.
It is in so many ways, and there's a tweet, I'll pull it up too, that someone said, because Carlos Aguilar once again posted another scathing review of this
2 for 2
Latino movie made by a fucking testosterone fueled man director.
Yeah.
What did he?
Yeah, it was not a good review. I remember he posted it. He's like, "Here's my review for The Tax Collector. That's all I have to say."
And then someone asked, "Is this part of the ECU extended Chicano universe?"
Dude, that's exactly what it feels like. It's like
You got George Lopez.
you got your classics. Georgie Lopez.
Fucking Hector.
Hector's back.
Hector's gotta eat.
Bring back the
Hector's gotta eat.
hashtag.
Hector's gotta eat.
He's back.
The fucking bad guy, the cousin from Chicano.
That guy's
He's
there,
like
the
so
Umbrella
dressed
Academy guy.
down. We didn't even recognize that fool.
Yeah, it's because, dude, he's in the Umbrella Academy. He was like trying to keep his head down. He's like, nah, dude. So all your faves are here. All the classics are back together again. They got the band back together once again to give us this delightful piece of Chicano media called The Tax Collector.
What's up, Holmes?
So to give you a little brief summary of what this is supposed to be, I mean, you've probably heard of it. You've seen pictures of freaking Shia LaBeouf as a cholo gangster fool named Creeper.
Fucking Creeper.
This is Creeper.
You heard of me?
You heard of me, Holmes?
What's up, I'm Creeper. So the Latino community made a big stink about it when the first trailers dropped.
Right.
And then David Ayer's like, why is everyone getting mad at me, man? Shia LaBeouf is just playing a white guy that grew up in the hood, homie. Why you mad, homie?
That can happen.
That's like me, homie.
It's kind of like me. I didn't even think about it.
And so then once David Ayer said that, it seems like the Latino community was like, yay, I like this movie.
Well,
now.
it was mixed, I think. You know, you had people like us that was just like, fuck this movie. And then there were people like, nah, bro, Shia can come to the fucking carne asada anytime, fool.
You know who you are.
Yeah.
Bastard. You traitor.
You left us.
You traitorous bastards.
But see, everyone had conflicting opinions, and that's why Angel and I felt, well, if everyone's going to be open about their opinions, we want to reserve really putting anything online until we did this.
Until the movie came out, because
yes, we wanted to see it first before we
yeah.
talk shit.
You know us. We like to talk shit about everything, but
Yes.
we were obviously not gonna review it until we saw it.
I did put out a tweet, but it was more criticizing David Ayer just for like this constant, it seems to me personally, kind of, it's an extreme word, but fetishizing of this like Latino
It's
gang
true.
life. But it's like, it's one type of life and super outdated. Probably
Yeah.
like I always say, I'm sure that still exists, but the way he perceives it, the way
It's so old
he
school.
remembers, yeah, it's just like, it's probably not even like that you remember, dude. Like, I'm sure that is what it was to you then. Just it doesn't fucking fit now.
I agree with you saying fetishizing because it doesn't feel like he cares about anything more than the surface level. He's just like gangster, drug dealer, cartel member, Hector, George Lopez.
Hector.
Like he doesn't give like none of these characters are characters. It's just Shia with some fucking glasses.
And the movie was just such a total parody. I mean, I think full disclosure by this point, spoilers.
Spoiler
There's
alert.
no, it's spoilers. We're just gonna talk about the movie straight up. Like,
Yeah.
there's no. This isn't an event you have to wait for. Like, we're gonna unpack all of it right here, right now.
This isn't. Did Chris and Angel like this movie? No. Just like El Chicano, we did not like this movie. But unlike El Chicano, we're not going to be so hate-filled
That's
as
true.
we were.
Because another thing Angel and I wanted to point out, we're obviously a year older than we were that first interview.
Joe, fuck you, asshole, bitch.
And like we've said, even at that point in our life, we're different now. We've grown. Well, we've grown since then. And yes, it's a funny way to express anger, but I don't really feel that for the tax collector. It's kind of more of a mental thing, like where it's like, yeah, okay, you shot in LA. Points, I guess, right? Shia is actually very active with like communities that are underserved and stuff. So like, yeah, we're gonna make fun of his performance, but we're fans. I love him.
Honey Boy was awesome.
I think he's an interesting person. But we can make fun of your
it's like,
choices,
we can say, hey, you missed the mark on this one, buddy.
and it's okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like, so there's a couple. Though it's sad to say, there are a few things going for this movie, but it's very just technical. And that's why it's like it's gonna be more of a dissection rather than a rant. Because
Yeah.
when we left the theater for Chicano, we were like fuming. First, it was like we were laughing, haha. Then it just got to a point where we're like, dude, I'm fucking angry about this movie.
You know, for us podcast fans, the movie I can best compare this to is Latin Kings.
Yes, dude, this is Latin Kings with a budget.
This is HD Latin
Oh
Kings.
my god, it is. Yes,
That's
yes.
exactly it.
It's
But without
exactly
any of the fun of Latin Kings. Like it's Latin Kings with the fun sucked out of it. And so it's just like even worse. And okay, so let's go through the
Let's do
reasons why we don't like it.
I think, okay, so the first question, and I want to just jump into this right away. Like, should David Ayer make these movies? That's the first question I think of after I watch him. Like, okay, he's done this before, right? And he's really hanging on to that Training Day. But at this point in time, with all that he's already done, should he keep doing these movies?
I'm gonna say if he made them well, sure, but he doesn't, and I think he's not a good director because he wrote Training Day,
Boom.
and
That's
that
right.
was cool. Fucking
Antoine Fuqua
yeah, Fuqua
directed
fucking
that one.
killed it. Suicide Squad speaks for itself, buddy.
That wasn't my cut. That was Warner Brothers' fault. Dude, David Yesterday's, bro.
I had like 2 more Mexicans in my cut. It was sick, bro.
It was hard, bro.
Yeah, I enjoyed Fury. It was cool.
Yeah. It's fine.
but
Good. It's
yeah.
good. It's good.
But dog. Oh, and then End of Watch. Like
Endo.
yeah.
I don't want to scream. I'm
Watch.
sorry. End of Watch is David. At this point, after seeing all these movies, that is David Ayer's finest film, and I think already his best depiction of gang life in LA. I won't say in what specific part, just LA. It just felt like, oh yeah, this is very LA.
Yeah.
Like, and he does the same. And actually, I think someone who does the white guy kind of brought up in the Latino culture a lot better was Jake Gyllenhaal.
Very
Dude,
true.
that dude felt so much like a fool. The way he dressed,
Bald ass
head, like that Navy guy, like he's
Yeah.
all like, it was perfect. It was, and I remember being in the theater for that movie, and we were all laughing at those moments at the wedding when they're making sex jokes at each other, and in tears, the whole theater in tears when we're at fucking Michael
Yeah.
Pena's funeral. So it's not that David Ayer isn't a good filmmaker, but it's like, bro, you already did this.
Yeah, like why are you doing it? Why are you doing a shittier version of what you already did?
And how, bro? How is a movie that was mostly shot like in found footage style with like these dinky little camera? How does that movie look so much more fucking cinematic and beautiful and raw than this movie?
Dude,
That's embarrassing. I'm sorry.
bringing up Training Day, this movie is kind of like it, where it's just like guys driving for a good chunk of the movie, and just like Training Day, but it's like it's just way shittier. It's almost like David Ayer just was like, hey, I'm gonna make a shitty David Ayer movie.
Man.
I've never seen Training Day, so I have no
No?
basis for it.
Good
which
movie.
Is, yeah, but
Take it from me.
that's I think that's also why it's easier for me. Kind of like much like you, it is easier for you to disregard like George Lopez. Never seen Training Day, and I know I feel like that's a big reason why David Ayer has his place in this industry is
Dude,
because
yeah,
of that movie.
Training Day was such a big deal, like it's crazy. And then end up like at one point in my life, I considered myself a David Ayer fan.
Me too. I did. I really did up until Suicide Squad.
Yeah, Suicide Squad, and then the fact that he wouldn't own up to it being a bad movie. That's what really ruined it for me. Where he was just like, the movie's for the fans, man. Critics don't understand, bro. Like,
Oh my God.
dude,
It's like the same old story, right?
yeah, and now he's just like, okay, this is gonna be two different points, but like now he's like, you know, I made this for the Chicanos, man. You know, they really understand this culture, and you know, and then you get Mexicans and Mexican Americans saying stuff like, we're tired of people telling us how we feel. We like this movie, dog, and we're tired of people telling us when we're offended, man. Shia LaBeouf can come to the carne asada, dog. Like, I'm sorry I had to divulge into that voice, but like those are who like this movie. That's not me. That's you. If you hear yourself in me, I'm talking to you right now. Hey, what's up? You know who you are. Hey man, what's up, Holmes? Hey, Shia LaBeouf looks hard, dog.
Bro, that scene where they fucking had the guy on, they put his face on the street, bro. That shit was fucking tough,
Dude,
bro.
some of my favorite comments are like, not gonna lie, thought this would be better, but it was dope. 8 out of 10. And it's just like, it just doesn't make sense. Like, what's your scale?
Okay, so how does that make you feel as a filmmaker? And then give me a definitive answer if David Ayer should continue to make these movies.
It makes me, I'll elaborate on this a little later, but like, it just makes me embarrassed to see my community like embrace it so much. And I've had people say like, you know, why can't there be room for everything? I don't like the tax collector because it's David Ayer. Like, if it was a Latino that made it, I would just chalk it up to like, this would just drop the ball, or like, I don't know why. For some reason I would criticize it differently if a Latino directed it, but because David Ayer directed it, it feels a lot more hurtful.
Yeah.
Because it's just like, it's like he's making fun of us. Like he's like playing, like it's like dolls playing around. Like, bang, 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 bang.
I definitely did get that vibe because yeah, like even though he's casting brown people, I'll give him that, you know. And I've met Bobby Soto before, and we've like DM'd each other before. We've been very nice, and it was cool to see him, you know, have like a shot at a bit, because he was in a movie called The Better Life that I watched a little bit to get some inspiration for Bad Labor. It's a little fun fact there.
So special about you, fool? You ain't no gangster.
And just seeing David Ayer like do that, and I guess I hear rumblings that supposedly he does help out, or he did employ like brown people. Like, we know a particular person that worked on it that we are associated with. So he gave them opportunities. So that is something, I guess, admirable to appreciate. But then you have to look at, okay, but what's the end result? Not even with the story. It's just like, but then like, what are you making though? Like, what is this? Like, what is this game? Like, what are we supposed to take away from this? Like, okay, let's take away morals aside for a second, right? Because I feel like this is the same argument people had about Joker. Oh, you're encouraging people to do this shit. Let's get that out of the way for a second. Just as a movie, what are we supposed to take away from this? I would argue for Joker, it's like a personal, kind of like
It's like the poor versus the rich type
Yeah,
of
yeah,
thing.
yeah. It's that. So in a very extreme case, right? But then it's this like, what are we supposed to take away from this basic bitch gangster, baby's first gangster revenge story?
Literally, what's the message? What's the theme? What, like you said,
And what taxes are they paying? Like this name, the tax collector, feels like something he's been holding for a while. But it's like, what taxes?
You mean the super simple scheme of using chocolate bars with codes inside of them? I don't know. Like, if this sounds like not like nonsense, I agree. It didn't make sense when I saw it, and it doesn't make sense now. I
did remember like because they open up these chocolate bars and there's codes, and I'm like, did they not know about Google Sheets?
And they're writing it like, and then it's all manual, and all of us were literally like, dude, I really don't know what's going on. Like, I don't know if they explained it.
Mad convoluted plot, and that is really when movies, I think, can really shoot themselves in the foot, is when they try to have like too much stuff. It's like, bro, it doesn't need to be that complicated. I don't think a story has to be so convoluted, because then, yeah, like when you take all that shit out, what are we supposed to take away? Oh, we've actually joked. Because again, okay, all right, this is kind of where we're gonna fall into dissing territory. So Bobby Soto, with all the respect, I mean this with no trash, but me and Angel and I think everybody that we were watching, we kind of felt a little bit of a vibe from him, from his performance.
Oh yeah.
And in the movie, I think if you really boil it down, it could be boiled to like a closeted gangster's like road to sexual liberation, to the point where he even looks at you at the end of the movie.
Let's go.
Yeah, dude, it was pretty sexy sometimes. Like,
yeah. Bobby Soto gave off a lot of that sexy,
very
undertone.
sexual energy. Like,
There's just like there's a great
we're
scene.
thinking of the same scene.
You tell it.
of the he's screaming. He's supposed to be intimidating some guy at a shop, and he's like in his face, just like mouthing these words in his ear, mouthing these words, and the camera's like pulling back, and we just thought like it looks like he's just being like, God.
It's like, if you don't get my daughter these shoes, I'm gonna fuck this shit out of you. Better pull these shoes up. Bring these shoes up right now for my daughter. I'll fucking put my finger in your asshole, bitch.
Yeah, it looked really sexual for some reason.
And then it just cuts to him, like, just fucking, like, kicking back, like, yeah, I got my daughter those shoes.
Yeah, it was all these funny moments. Again, we're just fucking making jokes here.
Yeah.
Bobby Soto,
comedy.
I'm sure Bobby Soto would be better in a better movie.
But it was just, I mean, we'll be real though, bro. Like, even though I fuck with Bobby Soto as a person, I'll fucking say that on camera. This was a very weak performance. As far as the intimidation goes, I think Bobby's fine. You know, he can deliver a line. It's not that you're unnatural, but as like a tough guy,
they're both weenies.
Straight up
weenies. Like, they don't do shit.
Are you heard me?
Shia literally kicks no one's ass.
Nobody, dude.
Sorry about your shoe.
He pulls out a drill. He pulls out a gun. Well, open your mouth. Open your mouth. He's like, don't shoot him. I don't want that. And he's like,
I want that.
Hey, this guy, he wants that.
I want that. I do. And no, he doesn't. He's lying.
Yeah.
They're the biggest pussies on earth,
Yeah.
dude. They get people to do their shit for them.
And when there's a real fight, like, he gets shot immediately and then tortured.
And then he gets his face stomped on like a fucking pussy.
Dude, it's the stupidest.
And that scene. See, we've seen scenes like that in End of Watch, where you see a character that you laughed with, you were sitting in the car with, you see them get all fucking pulverized or like, or yeah, it's brutal. But with the Shia thing, it was just like, all right, goodbye, Shia.
That might as well have been a Shia mannequin. It didn't matter, dude.
And dude,
Because
like,
it was covered in blood, you couldn't tell.
and that's the only shot where you see the fucking big old tattoo that everyone's making a big deal about, that he got it for the movie. That's the only time you see it. That's the only time you see it.
It's ridiculous.
It's covered in blood and shot by the main villain Conejo, fucking doing his Joker thing, like, what's up, fool? I got your guy.
Look who I got. I got your best friend. You better be scared now.
Is that Creeper?
You heard me?
Give him back, Conejo.
You better give him back, motherfucker. That was so fucking funny. Seeing him screaming his phone.
That was the equivalent of the car scene in El Chicano, dude. Like, straight up. It was this like, supposed to be really intense scene, but the way you filmed it what were you thinking? Like Bobby Soto's supposed to be super emotional with this phone? No, my best friend. Like,
You better get him, you bitch! I'm gonna come get you.
leave him alone. Like, dude, what do you think's gonna happen? Leave him alone, please.
He's like, oh, okay, bro, my bad.
Yeah, I didn't know how much he meant to you.
It
Yeah.
was a lot of that. There was, I mean, and then there's a moment again. I don't mean to be a shitting on Bobby Soto parade, but it's important because he's the lead. In at some point in the movie, he picks up this blood who's getting beat up. And him and Shia, they go to Compton
save him.
or watch or something. Yeah, they save him, but he's already fucked up though.
Yeah.
Like
They already beat his
They
ass.
already beat the fuck out of this guy. And he goes, hey, no,
Stop it.
stop! Thank God I made it. And he's all fucked.
Yeah.
And so he takes this guy. They go to like Watts and shit. And I kid you not, David Ayer literally shot this like if it was like Wakanda or because all the Bloods are standing outside the projects, all in red in uniform, and there's one guy who looks eerily like Charlemagne the God, and we're like, that's the King of the Blood.
Yeah, we call him
He's
King of
talking
Blood.
to King Blood.
He just like, hold, brothers.
All the brothers.
I will speak for the Bloods.
And Bobby Soto's like, hey, man, I saved your guy. And he's all fucking fucked up. And he goes, thank you.
Thanks.
We're going to do everything you ask for us from now on.
Yeah.
And it's like, what? This has got to be offensive,
Yeah.
right?
It looked really stupid there, and then when you realize what it's for later, you're like, wow, that's really stupid. Like
Yeah.
it takes it to incredible levels. There's
There's
a lot of really little stuff that is fun. So here's the difference between this and El Chicano. This was fun to make fun of. Like we were laughing our
It was
asses
such
off.
a great time.
Like this movie is the best way to describe it is stupid. Like the stupidest movie of 2020 award. And look, don't be ashamed of that. Like because you brought us a lot of joy. Like
It
straight
really
up.
did, David. So that's why it's like, you're not a bad director, I guess.
Yeah, you you're a really good comedian. You know, this movie might as well have started off with
Fucking Shia in the sky.
the low rider.
Fucking Bobby
Here's a
Soto.
little and then George Lopez in his on his chair.
Chair.
That's
George Lopez does not stand up at all
on-
in this movie until the end.
until his final scene. So
It's a better soundbite though, that he doesn't stand up at all.
I'm gonna go take care of that thing that we talked about, okay? It's all good. When I'm done with Conejo, he's gonna wish he stayed in Mexico selling fucking tacos.
All right, where's my check? I'm out of here. What's that?
what
Get
what are
him.
you doing, man?
Get him.
Okay.
Get him.
This is gonna be my fight.
Get him, bro.
Welcome back from this break. We're
Let's do
jumping
it.
right into it. George Lopez is in this one again, and longtime fans know what I think about Mr. Lopez. He's in 3 scenes in this movie, and in 2 of them, he's sitting down, does not move a single muscle to get up.
It was beautiful. Like okay, so this role he's playing is definitely more dramatic, so I can see the appeal and I can see why. I guess you can argue the Chicano role was dramatic too, but nobody took that seriously. This was him trying to be like, I'm his uncle, I'm Bobby's uncle.
Because he was also supposed to be an OG gangster.
Yeah.
And he
Yeah.
just looked like my uncle that works at the tire shop.
If you were my nephew, I'd stick your fucking face in that fire until you stop moving. All right, Holmes? I ain't scared of any bitch-made motherfucker, all right? Hey, you don't leave till I fucking tell you to leave.
Dude, he's not menacing. Like, if Bobby Soto's not menacing, like, George Lopez, like, just didn't even try. Like, he's just like, hey, fucker.
Yeah. Hey, what the fuck do you know? I'm the fucking baddest gangster alive. Don't forget who I am.
And George, I've defended you for
For a long time.
For I'll say 2 episodes where we've publicly talked about this. And
anytime I say that we've talked shit to George Lopez, Chris has always corrected me and said, "You've talked shit." I still like him.
And I still do like him. Look, fool, I'm not gonna hate you over one movie, but I definitely gotta roast you on this one. But also, yeah,
Come on.
I don't really
dude.
care to work with. I mean, not that you ever cared, but it was saying that. And let me elaborate. I'll finish my thought. I don't really care to work with George Lopez anymore, and that made me sad seeing this movie, because George Lopez, part of who he was to me, especially in that show, is his body language. I feel like any Mexican dad, or most Mexican dads, are very expressive in when they talk. And part of his comedy was him being all fucking, "Hey man," his eyes, "What's up? Why you crying?" And that was fucking funny. And that was, it doesn't always have to be that, but I liked, my point is that that's how he expressed himself, with his full body. But when you got, and look, I know George is a stoner now too, so that's probably a big part of it too. So when you just see fucking George, just like this sack of meat, just sitting there and just like, "Hey man, I'm George Lopez,"
doing the bare minimum.
Yeah, it really hurt. And as a fan, just as a fan, it's not a big deal, but it was just like, man, I really saw a future where we could have done some special shit, some shit like some fucking Quentin shit, reviving shit. Not even like that your career needs to be revived necessarily, but
some prestigious shit.
Yeah, just like let's do something. Like, you meant a lot to me as a kid. Now let's do something that's personal to me, that can make a difference, or that could be really cool at the very least. But it's a further reminder, Angel. When I saw that, I'm like, yeah, the old generation's done, bro.
Yep.
Yeah, we can work with some foods that are fucking dope and that are with it and are open minded. First and foremost, you don't have to be radicals. I understand different times, but as far as people that are just kind of stuck in their old mentality, it's been fuck you guys, whatever. But sadly, it's just like, all right, like I'm closing my George window. No interest.
Yeah, man, the gap is just so obvious. Like that people are gonna keep making this shit until we put a stop to it. Like.
Not just us too, and I want to make it seem like yes, it's fun to brag, but we're being super real in this one. It's there are so many talented people out there, and it is a shame that that investors are much more interested in a white guy's take. Yeah, dude, okay, whatever. You grew up here when you were at the ripe age of 16. Big fucking deal, dog. Like, there are people that have lived here longer and are brown who are conflicting with, am I really from LA? Am I a celebrity? Like, and for you to be like, I came here at 16, dude. I fucking know this shit. It's like you can have experienced it and claim to have some history, but don't act like it should only be me. I'm the king of South LA movies. Like, you're not, bro. Dude, you're just the only one with the fucking contacts, bitch.
100%. I want to say the reason we're making this episode, honestly, is because David Ayer seems to be positioning himself as this fucking Latino savior. Here I am to give jobs to the poor Mexicans in LA. Fucking getting quoted in that article, "Where are the fucking Mexicans?" says a white person. Like, look, I get it.
Yeah, where's the next brown superstar? I'm like, dog, that's your fucking job. Like, if you cared about this movie, you would have looked hard. Like, again, Bobby Soto is a fine actor and person, but if you like wanted a star, and if that was your passion, if you really fucked with this movie, people would have felt if you were seeking a real star. You didn't do it. That's your fucking job.
Off the top of my head, I can think of 10 better actors that would have been a fucking good, a good leading role. Or like, if you really wanted to use Bobby Soto, maybe make the movie like fit the fucking actor. Like, this whole movie just felt like a very cheap, rushed. Nobody really gives a fuck about
fucking
this movie.
iMovie ass title sequence in the beginning. What the fuck was that?
Everyone just wants to get a paycheck. That's basically it. And like, okay, cool. Fucking give Mexican people jobs. Give the actors jobs. Hopefully they take that money and they go do some other cool shit, you know? Like, on some level, like, call back to our Rambo episode. Like, on some level, we can't really blame the actors because they're just trying to get paid. Blame the people that are in a position to not make these movies, that have the David Ayer. Look, I'm talking to you, dog. You have the power to make any movie you want.
Yeah, bitch.
And you made this. And to me, that is embarrassing. And to just continue on the topic of embarrassment, I want to finish a thought I started earlier, which was how I've been feeling, my conflicted feelings of being a Chicano right now, because man, Chicanos, dog, in LA are really let me down with this one. They really rallied behind this movie and like are excusing it, and not just audiences, actual people in Hollywood and like people with influence and shit. Like they're just like, what? This is a fucking cool movie, representation. I'm in it. You should go watch it. Like, this is cool. And then people being like, why are people mad at this movie? Who cares? It's just a dumb action movie. I get it. I get that there's room for everything. I think I've said this before, but come on. Like, dude, another one. When, Chris, I'm asking you.
Yes.
When is it gonna be enough?
Fuck you.
When we keep putting out more of these fucking reviews. We got under the skin of the first person.
That's true.
But I seriously mean that though. Openness. And because honestly, like the more I think if there's more public, this is kind of our way of, and I'm not comparing it, I'm just saying it's similar of writing in a way. We're making the noise. We're saying like, okay, you want to make these movies? You're gonna hear about it from us. You're gonna hear about it. And if they're like, well, I hate that shit. I hate when those fucking guys, those stupid millennials talk about my movie. It's like, well, you're gonna hear about it if it fucking sucks.
Yeah. And I think me and Chris just want to be another voice that's speaking out about this movie, because there's people that do not like it. And I think they're in the minority. And so it's like, we just want to put it out there so people can know, dude, you're not alone. Not all stupid Mexicans like this movie. I'm sorry, you can fucking quote that in the future. I'm acknowledging right now, if you take that stupid Mexican sound bit, I know what I said, okay?
Yes. And I like that we've been maintaining this honestness because
nobody else really does it. There's this, like, we talk about how once you get to a level in Hollywood, like there's this kind of like cloud of secrecy that you have to do with everything.
But I guess okay. Someone posed a question to us about whether or not if we thought this movie was more offensive than El Chicano, and I said no, because they filmed this movie here. Like I said, there's a few things going for it. There are brown people in it, so whatever. That's really it.
There was brown people in El Chicano.
Yeah, but it felt it was you're right. It was more brown people, but this one, I guess I liked that it was people I hadn't really seen before. That was pretty cool. Bobby Soto's not really been in much. The actress who plays his wife, you know, all those sisters and stuff. So it was like, it's kind of like seeing newcomers, which is interesting. But yeah,
but you got homie Hector.
You got Hector.
You got the homie Scar.
Oh, Scar was in it, yeah.
Yeah, you know, you gotta. Come on, David Ayer's just like in his casting meeting. It's like, we're getting Hector, right? We gotta, right? Scar, get that fool. He's not doing anything, right?
Yeah, this movie is just offensive on the level of like, it's not the standard of movies we especially as creators want or we. I'm like more offended for I can feel Angel's frustration of being angry at like Latino audiences for being like okay with this, because like I'm offended for y'all. Like this is all they think that you guys like that, seeing that cheapy iMovie title sequence at the beginning was like, dude, they know Latinos are just gonna be okay with that. Yeah. That they're not gonna question that. They're just gonna be like, yeah, that looks good, and fear, loyalty, respect, or whatever.
Yeah, I can read.
Yeah, I can.
Straight up.
They think of fucking like it's offensive because David Ayer knows that we're melodramatic. So seeing fucking Bobby Soto sitting in a tub full of his wife's blood, holding her sliced neck, is like, that's dramatic. Or fucking the most pandering moment in the movie, Angel.
I'll do the honors.
Go for it.
Let me set the mood. Bobby Soto and his wife are in bed. Very,
He wakes her up.
Oh yeah, he's like, hey honey, wake up, I need to talk to you about something. I don't even know what
she was fast asleep.
Yeah.
Too.
He's like, wake up, I can't sleep. And she wakes up.
You remember when we met? The King Taco in South Central?
Oh
my god!
Let me tell you, we burst out laughing.
Audible groans and laughing, and we're like, you know, the real one, the real King Taco.
Oh, the one in South Central, dog. That's the real one. He knows his spots.
It was like David Ayer's like, these Latinos, they're gonna fuck with this line, dude.
Dude, it's like, dude, that's where the kids go to hook up, dude. You fucking buy 3 tacos de asada.
Shout out to the King Taco in Maywood.
Yeah,
Wet
yeah.
burritos. That dude, if he would have fucking whipped out with that, then I would have been like, oh, okay. It wouldn't have been laughter. It would have been like, oh shit,
Yeah.
all right.
I would have been like, oh, you know your spots,
Like,
dog.
yeah, yeah.
But even then, dude, of all, okay, look, here's why David Ayer sucks. He's got these two characters. He's got this moment to give us a little backstory of them and how they met. And his fucking imagination reached its limits at King Taco in South Central. There was no better place.
That is a real line.
Yeah, there's no better place in his mind for these two characters to have crossed paths. That
Like
to
what
him,
it was such a generic sentence.
yeah, generic is the best. To him, that's where people in East LA meet at King Taco, and if that doesn't fucking tell you how David Ayer sees us, then you're fucking blind. Like if you truly believe that David Ayer cares about Mexicans, I'm going to say it, you're an idiot. Because he doesn't. He clearly does not. And he clearly just wants to use them as costumes, as fucking action figures. The fucking main cholo's name is David. So I'm sorry.
yeah.
So I'm sorry if I don't like this movie.
Yeah. That if that doesn't perfectly sum up this movie, that fact, and the fact that fucking Shia LaBeouf pretty much looks like he like just went through David Ayer's closet and then just stepped out. He's like, all right, bro, I'm ready.
And then David Ayer's like, damn fool, you look hard.
And he's like, thanks, bro. You want to kiss me, bro? Sorry. Yeah, The Trash Collector was not a fun experience. Yes, it was. It was not. It just made us. It was just.
movie.
It was just. It's disappointing. Because of the person who made it. Great podcast we listened to called Double Toasted said it best.
David Ayer want to be Mexican? Yeah, well, yeah, you got to figure David Ayer is to Mexicans what Quentin Tarantino is to black. Yeah, it is.
Straight up.
And I'm starting to feel that. And it's like, yeah, this must be kind of that frustration. I'm like, bro, who the fuck do you think you are, dog?
Yeah. I'm the king. I'm the king of the Bloods. This movie sucks. It's stupid.
Yeah.
And stop touting it around like it's not. Stop going around and telling people to watch it. Stop acting much like El Chicano. Stop acting like this is important at all. Because it's really not. This is a fucking bargain bin. Dude, it's
another one for the bargain bin.
I made this joke. We bought it. We saw it the day it came out, and and it was like $7. And I was like, this shit's already on sale. But it wasn't. It was just rented.
You're like, look at this shit. $4 is already on sale.
Yeah, dude. It might as well be in the fucking bargain bin at Walmart already, because we all know it's going there.
I'm gonna predict that we're gonna one day see it as a 2-for-1 deal with El Chicano and the tax collector, bro.
Straight, and it's gonna say Latino classics.
It's gonna say Carnahan Ayer. Now we have two angry testosterone-fueled white guy directors mad at us, dude. How does that make you feel? Does that make you feel excited? Do you feel good?
I'm fucking ready, dude. If David Ayer comes at me, I think I got a couple words to say to him, because I can come at him as a previous fan. Like, I'm gonna be like, dude, like, I'm not just a hater. I'm a hater for a reason. I liked you, and now you're a joke. Fight me,
dude. That fire scene in End of Watch was fucking genius. Thought that was really intense.
I'll say it again. Training Day was dope. So
what happened, bro?
Yeah, let's
move on.
You know what? Let's end this podcast with that question. What happened, David Ayer? Think about that. I think you got some thinking to do. Do you really want to be the white guy that makes fucking shitty, low-budget Mexican movies your whole life?
Mexicans don't even want to do that shit, bro.
I don't.
Just move on.
Why are you doing it?
Bro, you have access to so much other shit, so much other resources. How about going to like Michigan or like wherever you're from and like finding out cool stories from there?
Yeah.
Go to at the end of the day, I think the reason why Angel and I can get so protective about representation in, I hate that word, but just how we're seen how just Latinos are seen in media in general, but also specifically Southeast LA, because that's our home. We drive on those streets every fucking day. I see Florence Atlantic every fucking day. So to see filmmakers that don't drive that street every fucking day and instead are on Sunset, fucking Magnolia, all those fucking fancy streets, and then being like, oh, I know the street. No, you don't.
Yeah.
No, you don't.
Yeah.
So there.
To be fair, I know his production company is in Filipino Town, or Historic Filipino Town, I think is the full name. It's kind of like it's near East LA, but it's not there, you know? And so it's like
but so was Blumhouse, dude. Blumhouse was in that area too.
Wow.
It's like they're there, bro.
Yeah.
They just don't want to acknowledge us. They want to like, oh, we'll dance around it. And that's the fucking problem. And that's why we will keep making these fucking videos until you stop disregarding us. Or if you're going to regard us, don't just be like, okay, well, we like Sela, we're going to shoot there. It's like, no. Give those kids a chance.
Yeah.
And I'm not even talking about us, bro. We'll be fine. Honestly, we'll be fine.
We're good.
We're already established our own thing. We're good. We're talking about the fucking kids that are out there grinding. Kids like fucking a dope group I love right now, Slop. Like fucking kids that are out there fucking on their fucking old sneakers filming shit because they're passionate as fuck.
Yeah. If you really care about Mexican Americans, produce some of their work, maybe. Fucker.
Bitch. It doesn't take that much.
Yeah.
Really. And to be serious, sorry about all the bitch day. I'm honestly faded, but it is. I say that because I need you to. I think it's important, not just you, but people understand where we're coming from. We've said this stuff before, but I like the points we're making now because it's just so true, dude. There are so many starving artists out there right now that could use just a sliver of that money and make something amazing. But instead, we get fucking iMovie and you heard of it, bro? The devil, and he's gone. He's dead within the fucking next half hour.
Yeah. To end this podcast off, I want to talk to Shia LaBeouf as well.
Do it.
I think. I know you'll never admit this, but I'm pretty sure that you were supposed to be a Latino, because it sounds pretty clear. He was so homeless, you heard me? There's zero backstory to this dude.
Yeah.
He just shows up, and we all know Shia is white, but he's not acting like it. And so I'm pretty sure he was a brown guy, and they're never gonna say it because I guess this movie was filmed a few years ago when life wasn't so PC, and now they're trying to put it in the modern world, and David Ayer's like, ooh, and so he's like, hey, he's actually
a Jewish guy.
He's actually a Jew from East LA. They're there. And
they're there.
And so we get no explanation to who Shia is except he's a scary guy, and he dies. So, you know what, Shia? I'm not too mad at you.
No.
But I really wish you didn't do Brownface. And I know you'll never admit it. And I just want to say to all the Latinas and the Latinos out there who were saying shit like Shia LaBeouf's invited to the carne asada, you're jokes and you're clowns.
Oh, damn, I spoke too soon.
Every single one of you is ridiculous. Shia, you're not invited to my carne asada. And if yeah, I'll change my mind, but right now I'm kind of mad at you.
Yes.
You know, you're invited if you admit to me that you were doing Brownface.
There you go. There's an opportunity for you to redeem yourself, young man.
Yeah. You might not care, but if you ever want to be my friend, just privately tell me I was a brownie. And then I'll be like, I knew it. You know what? What's done is done.
It's good.
Yeah.
If you do that.
So, David Ayer, think about what you did. All the cast members, think about what you did. Me and Chris are like, I like that we put ourselves in this position where it's just like, shame on you. Because that's that's how it feels. It's just like, because you're kind of making stuff for us, right? Like we're the audience. So it's just like, dude, it's embarrassing that you thought I'd like this.
It's funny. It started off with anger, then sarcasm when we got feedback from the director. And now it's just like, come on. Yeah. We're just like, again? We're doing this again?
Because in our heart of hearts, we know we all can do better. And we're not. And so we're going to keep talking shit until someone says, hey, you know what? We could do better. And then we'll be happy. And then we might not make videos like this anymore. But we're going to say it again. If there's another movie talking about our hood, you best believe you're gonna hear from the boys.
Watch yourself.
So-
Because we're the devil. We're the devil. Hey,
You heard of me?
You heard of the Us Podcast? You heard of Angel and Chris from the Us Podcast? Fuck you up, bro. I'm gonna call my friends to tell them to fuck you up. Because I don't do the fucking up. I heard they made a director cry, fool.
And with that, we end this episode.
Bye.
We need younger leadership among the Latino community, you know, because listen, the old guard, man, we took all the hits for you guys, you know, and we're still taking the, and we're still taking, and we're still taking the hits, and that's okay. Here's the problem. Here's the problem, especially when it comes to entertainment. You know, many people are afraid to use their voice because it's like, oh my God, I might not get this job because of this, because of that. People, we live in a different world. Speak up. There's nothing to be afraid of. Absolutely. You know, nobody's gonna blacklist you for being honest, for speaking the truth. And if they do, shame on them. But have no fear, because again, we have an opportunity. We're a huge community, man. We should be doing our own thing, you know?